Hello, 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 guys, and welcome to Perspective. Things are looking a little bit different today, aren't they? Your girl is in here by herself, so check me out. I'm gonna do my best, and I'm not gonna be before you long, but we are gonna get into some things very quickly. I'm gonna hit my points very, on time, and then we're gonna go on and go because we got things to do, okay? Before I do all that introduction and stuff, let me hit this comment because this is very important. You can support the BS3 network by sending stars. Stars help us to earn money to continue building the network. Y'all, this network is amazing. They have given me a wonderful platform. I typically share this platform with Eric. Eric had some things come up, so I decided I'm just going to solo this thing. But send the stars so that we can continue to build this amazing network. There are great shows on here. My personal favorite show, outside of obviously Perspective and then my husband's show, This Dope Cooking Show, I really enjoy Queen, 3, and King. Those are some amazing people, guys. So it's, let me tell y'all, I'm all in their business. It's a family, right? So it's 3 sisters and 1 brother, and they talk about like lifestyle and religion and things. Like, they really talk about everything. So I couldn't really categorize their show, but that's one of my favorite shows on the network. So please support the show. This show, however, is Perspective. And what would Eric say if he were here? He would say, the meaning is right there in the name. It means that this is a safe tree. This is a place for everyone to express their different thoughts and their different beliefs on varying topics. And if we disagree, it doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong, but it also doesn't mean that you're right and I'm wrong. It just means we have a differing opinion. And this is a safe place to come together and talk about it. So my name is Latoya, aka Chef Jeff's wife, aka them kids' mama. I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm an author, and I also have a solo podcast that I do. It's a audio only streaming podcast. It's called Say More About That with Latoya the Therapist. It's everywhere: Spotify, Apple. I just heard it was on Amazon. Did y'all know y'all can hear podcasts on Amazon? Because I didn't. Somebody told me. It's also on Podbean because my mom didn't want to give Spotify her email, and I'm like, Podbean got your email. What we tripping on? But whatever. So it's all those places. Also, my husband, Chef Jeff, he has a show. It's called This Dope Cooking Show. It is on Tuesdays at 5:30. So for today, I just want to hit it real quick, y'all. We are talking about how to use emotion regulation in stressful times. We're not going to get into all the things that are stressful because y'all got the news, y'all got CNN. We have a comment, guys. So Chef Jeff, he said, AKA Doc. That's right. Eric, and then also Ivan from Queen, 3, and King, they have started to call me Doc, and I love it here. But anyway, let's talk about emotion regulation. So if you know me, you know that I believe in a definition because I like for everyone to be on the same page. I like for everyone to know like what we're talking about. So what is emotion regulation? Emotion regulation is literally just that. It's the ability to regulate your emotions. But I'm a person who doesn't think that you should use the words to define it. So another way is just the ability to respond to an emotional experience in a healthy, adaptive way. So this does not mean we're going to ignore our feelings and we're going to force ourselves to be positive, because sometimes, like, y'all, stuff be sucking, and we're not going to force ourselves to be positive if you're struggling. But it is about acknowledging the emotions, understanding the emotions, and then making an intentional decision about how you're going to respond. How you respond should be a reflection of you and not necessarily a reflection of the emotion. So even if you're upset by something, if you can take a couple of deep breaths and calmly articulate, like, I'm upset because of this, cool. What you don't want to do is get upset and start turning the tables over. Why you don't want to do that? Because then people are going to say you're an angry Black woman or man. And if you're a man, they're going to say you're a thug, and then they're going to be calling the police like, come shoot him. But whatever. Think about it like this. If you are the captain of a ship and there's a storm happening, the waves are wild, the wind is fierce, but you have all the tools that you need to steer the ship. Like, you know what you're doing. You've been here before. This is what you do. So you can't control the weather, but you can absolutely control how you navigate the storm. And that, my friend, is emotion regulation. So when we're talking about emotion regulation, that's what I'm talking about. The ability to respond to an emotional experience in a healthy, adaptive way. Why is this important? This is important because every aspect of your life, relationships, work, mental health, parenting, all the things, all of these things are impacted by emotions. So when you don't regulate your emotions, i.e. control them and respond in a healthy way, they control you. So the smallest thing happens, like you're on your way trying to get the morning hustle and bustle done, and then one of your kids is like, oh, I forgot my homework. Then you're like, blah, spaz out. No, we don't want to do that. We want to calmly say, okay, you're going to have to take a L, aka a 0, and we got to go ahead and go because you got to be on time. Or you make the decision to go back and get the homework, whatever. The point is, you did not scar your child. You did not berate your child. You did not lose your shit. Okay, that is what's important. So what I want to teach you are a few skills on how we're going to control our emotions and regulate ourselves in this trying time. Because there's some stuff going on, y'all. For real. Are y'all watching the news? Y'all ain't saying that in the comments. So I don't know if y'all watching the news or not. I personally try to limit my news intake because it's too much. And I can only handle so much. So that's the first thing, knowing what you can handle, knowing your capacity. I feel like sometimes when there are big things going on in the world, like the election or the fires or things like that, we think we got to intake everything. You don't have to intake everything. Hold on, y'all. We got a comment. Mr. J. Gilliard, aka my man, said, yep, I watch the news. Here's the thing. I'm blessed because that man gonna watch the news no matter what, and I'm not, because I can't handle it. I am the therapist, and the stuff that's going on in the world, it just be a lot for me, right? Like, I like to watch the news up here to know, like, okay, this is a broad explanation of what's going on. I don't like to watch every single detail because it can be upsetting, right? So I really heavily rely on him to tell me what's going on in the world, and I should do a better job, but I can't right now. I can't commit to that. He also says, but you got to be able to, double dutch that thing. Say more about that. What does that mean? I think it means you got to be able to pivot and know, like, we're not going to get stuck here. But tell me what that means for you. You have to be able to pull out because it will consume you. Absolutely. Because on what day did the TikTok ban happen? Was that Saturday? Yeah, because it was supposed to happen on a Sunday, but then they ended up cutting us off on Saturday. Baby, I was distraught, but I didn't double dutch. I stayed right in that thing, and it was too much. It was way too much. Okay, but y'all came here for the tips and tricks. So the first one is to pause and breathe. And I get it. Like, most therapists are going to tell you, oh, take a minute, take a deep breath. I understand how cliche that sounds, but what y'all don't understand is that deep breath gives your nervous system the opportunity to reset. It gives your nervous system the opportunity to say, hey, we're in fight or flight right now, but should we be? Is there really a threat? Is it something going on, or are we cool? Like, are we making this up, or do we need to run for our lives? So the pause and the deep breath allows your brain to kind of recalibrate and decide what we need to do next. But it also gives you a moment to act from a place that you want to act. Think about the last time somebody pissed you off and you just snapped on them. They said, I don't like your shirt. And you was like, what you mean? See, had you paused and taken a deep breath, you might have been able to say, it does not matter what you think about my shirt because I love it here. You know what I'm saying? So pause and take a deep breath. The next thing, and in no particular order, guys, just like however it comes to you, another thing that you can do to regulate yourself is to name the emotion. Acknowledging what you're feeling without the judgment is a critical part of emotion regulation. So, like, are you angry? Are you sad, anxious, frustrated, embarrassed, jealous? A lot of times we get stuck on happy, sad, mad, and there are so many other emotions. Naming your emotions help you to understand better what you're feeling, but it also reduces the intensity. So if you're at a 10 and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel this to a 10. This is the worst thing ever. Is it? Because you're like, oh, I'm mad. Okay, go with that. What am I upset about? Anger is a secondary emotion. So typically we feel something, I call them the more softer or vulnerable emotions, because nobody wants to feel those. So you're mad, but before you were mad, you were embarrassed. Embarrassed is kind of like, we don't want to feel that. Or you were jealous. Jealous is kind of like, we don't want nobody to know we're jealous, because people going to say something bad about us if we're jealous. So being able to identify your emotions helps you to know what's going on, where's the work you need to do, but it also decreases the intensity of what you're feeling. Another way to emotionally regulate yourself is to check your thoughts. You have no idea how powerful your brain is until you're really thinking about it. I can't have this conversation with you if my brain doesn't send the words. You can't breathe if your brain doesn't send a message like lungs to expand and decrease and expand and decrease and inhale, exhale. Like you can't even do that unless your brain tells you you can. You can't walk. I know you think you walking on autopilot, but your brain is actually telling you left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So your brain is super powerful. We got another comment. Ben Sutterf III says, good evening, sir. And if you did not know, Ben Sutterf III puts the BS3 in the BS3 network. We are so happy to have you here. Not sure who we is because it's just me. I am so happy to have you here on behalf of Eric and I for Perspective. Okay, where was I at? Thoughts, right? So emotions are often fueled by your thoughts. And so asking yourself, like, is this thought accurate? Is this thought helpful? Did I make this up? Reframing your negative or distorted thoughts can significantly shift how you feel. So I always use this example in session, right? So like somebody's rushing through, they step on your foot, your brain says, oh, they disrespectful. You instantly get mad because you feel disrespected. But are they disrespectful or were they careless and in a hurry? Because careless and in a hurry is going to allow you to have a different emotion or a different feeling behind it versus they're disrespectful. Because if they're disrespectful, then depending on who you are, there needs to be a consequence. But if they're just careless and in a hurry, you're like, oh, it's okay. I've been in a rush before too. So no need to get nuck if you buck, shall we? So check your thoughts and then engage in a healthy distraction. Sometimes, only sometimes, stepping away from the situation that causes you to be upset, i.e., watching the news and seeing what's going on and seeing what's been signed and seeing all the like fallout of other people's decision making, sometimes all that is too much. So engage in a healthy distraction. Go for a walk. Listen to music. Listen to Say More About That on all streaming platforms. Journal your thoughts, or just make sure you're kind of avoiding that situation entirely. Not to the point to where you're ignorant, but just to the place of like, I need a minute. I cannot handle this right now, so I just need to take a break. Just take a break. A healthy distraction. Emphasis on healthy, because you can't watch the news and get mad at what's going on and be like, oh, I'm about to take a shot every time they say something that I don't want, because you're going to get alcohol poisoning like that, right? Your stomach going to be hurting. You're going to be throwing up. It's going to be a rough time. So heavy on healthy distractions. My absolute favorite thing and favorite way to regulate my emotions is to practice some self-compassion. Treat yourself how you would treat your friend. Would you tell your friend, girl, you tripping? Or would you say, hey, let's talk about it? Like, what's up? Remind yourself that it's okay to feel what you're feeling and you're doing your best, but then also controlling what you can control. So you don't want to berate yourself for being upset about what's going on. You don't want to berate yourself about feeling down about what's happening. You want to say, hey, your feelings are valid just because you had them. Now, what do we do with them? Right? So practicing some self-compassion. And then also, y'all, controlling your controllables. It is so much happening in the world that we just can't control. Like, it's not in my power. It's not in your power. We don't make enough money to make these decisions and be in these rooms. But you know what you can do? You can control how much of it you watch. You can control the things that come out of your mouth. You can control how you nourish your body. You can control what goes on in your own home. You can control where your money goes. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. You can control where your money goes. So control your controllables. So much is happening. Y'all, it's about to be some major changes. Like, this place is probably going to be unrecognizable for some of us, but you can control what you can control. So think about it as like a wheel. What's in your wheelhouse and what's outside of your wheelhouse. The things outside of your wheelhouse, I'm going to encourage you to give to your higher power. God, Allah, Buddha, Brother Rock, whomever, Orisha, whoever it is for you. But the things that's in your wheelhouse, control them. What are you intaking? What's your diet? Guard your gates. Where are you spending your money? What are you listening to? Who are you supporting? What are you doing with your time and the things and your resources and the things that you can control, right? So I'm going to encourage you to do those things. I think that we are actually, we are living in more unprecedented times, just kind of like we were in COVID. And so you have to do all these things to make sure that you stay sane, right? And then finally, well, not finally, but almost finally, I'm going to encourage you to move your body. I know if you follow me on social media at Latoya the Therapist, most places, you know I'm in the gym. And I know I look fantastic in the gym. And it's not even really because I want to be there, but going to the gym makes me a better person. Like lifting those weights, moving that stuff, getting that frustration out, it makes me better. And I know we've all heard it before. Going to the gym is going to release endorphins. Sure. But don't nobody want them endorphins because going to the gym take a lot. But I'm going to tell you this, it absolutely makes you better. So I'm not saying you got to be a gladiator. I'm not saying you got to go to the gym, but honey, take a walk. Get on off that couch, do something. Move your body. Just do some simple stretches. When you move that body, because emotions are energy in motion. So physical activity like stretching, dancing, shaking your hands can help you release pent up feelings. So move your body. And then finally, seek support. Obviously, I'm a therapist. I think everybody need to go to therapy. I think go talk to a professional. But sometimes people don't need that. So reach out to a trusted friend or a trusted family member or someone whose thoughts and opinions you trust. Reach out to them. See what they got going on. See how they can support you. See how you can support them, because in community, we are better. And when we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. So those are just some ways that you can emotionally regulate, because times are about to be trying. I'm checking the comments to see where y'all at. I told you I wasn't going to be before you long. Baby, if I was a preacher, they would love me, because I'm going to hit it and quit it, okay? I'm going to hit that thing. I'm going to give you the notes, and then we going to roll. Yep, so no more comments. Regulate yourselves. And if you are a part of the 92, please be sure to rest. Get your paper. Because what Beyonce say, best revenge is your paper. Get it. And then rest. Because we're all doing our best. Everybody didn't do their best. That's a different story. But if you're part of the 92, then you did your best. And now it's time for us to get our money and rest, okay? So take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. Go where the love is, because it's about to get different. It's about to get different. So go where the love is. Take care of yourself. If you need a therapist, please find one. I cannot see everybody, but I'm at LatoyaTheTherapist.com if you'd like to see me. My friend Siobhan is in Atlanta. Her practice is thementalwellnesscollective.com. My friend Natalie, I don't know her website, but search her on Psychology Today. Natalie Dyer. Who else? My friend Carlos Lyons. He's amazing. Oh, if y'all looking for somebody that's like super holistic and like gonna tell you about how your nutrition is messing with your mental health, Carlos Lyons is who you want to see. I love him. I like, hands down. I would see him if I could. He my friend, so I can't see him. But he's really good. Ooh, Alexis, the therapist. I don't know her website though. Maybe I will find her. I don't know, y'all. Her name on Instagram is Alexis the Therapist, I believe. but she's really good. Siobhan is spelled with an E. My husband is in the comments holding it down, baby. Let me see. Go where you're wanted. Yes, you have to go where the love is every single time. Natalie Dyer. Yes, Natalie Dyer, LPCS. If you search her, she is in Texas. She gonna get you right. She's straight to the point. Carlos for all my holistic, like vegan-y, love to Mother Africa-y people. Go see him. He's fantastic. He's in Texas. Siobhan Jones. Siobhan is in Atlanta. Alexis Butler gonna do your lashes. But what's Alexis' name? What's her last name? Babe, she went to that place we used to go to that won't go to no more. I don't know. On the replay, somebody put her stuff in the comments. Who else? Oh, if you're in Tennessee, my friend Atia Hodges, she is fantastic. If you love like a hippie vibe, she's that. Go see her. Oh, my other friend Tempest, but girl, she ain't accepting clients, and I do not blame her because this is a very trying time. And then somebody else I'm forgetting. Kiana Hampton. Kiana Nawiri, Kiana Hampton. I forgot her last name. She had divorced. So she lives in St. Louis. She's really good too, because y'all, I can't help everybody. So those are some resources, but hit me up on IG if you had questions about those people, because I'll find their contact information for you. To wrap this thing up, we're about to be in trying times. You have to control your controllables and take care of you. Like, really take care of you, though. Like, not just that basic, I went to get my hair done stuff. I'm talking about pour into you in a way that makes you feel happy, healthy, whole. Right? Like pour into you so much that you overflow. Because the stuff that the excess, like the stuff that's overflowing on the cup, that's for other people. You know how people are always like, you can't pour for an empty cup. Well, it shouldn't be pouring no way, first of all. And that's what nobody's talking about. Your cup should just be so full that you have extra. And the extra is for the other people, because if you have extra, then when you serve others, when you give to others, when you do for others, you don't do it from a resentful place because you have extra. So that's what I want to let y'all know. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to hit it and quit that thing. Let the church say amen. And please come back and see us next week, Thursday at 8:30 for Perspective. We will be here. We'll be doing our thing, sharing information, and let me check the comments one more time, y'all, because I am a Lizone. All right. That's it. Thank y'all so much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a different friend to tune into Perspective, because we are here. All right. Y'all have an amazing evening.